Hey y'all, it's Crystal. Thanks for coming by today. Just gonna be doing a little book chat today. I'm gonna be talking about Nine of Swords by Brooklyn Quintana. So she reached out to me, the author did, to see if I would be interested in reading and doing a little review here on the channel. I said, you know what? Yeah, I would definitely be interested. And so she sent me the copy. It's a little chunky, but I really enjoyed this. So let me read you a bit about the blurb on the back here, and we'll go from there. So welcome to Morency Academy of Military Arts. As one of our students, we expect that you will fight to the end and win by any means necessary. Now that you're here, there are a few things you should be made aware of. Firstly, be mindful of the water's edge. The mermaids are not always to be trusted, and the dolphins are quite unreliable. Second, try not to get lost in the catacombs. Should you wander too far, your safety cannot be guaranteed. And remember, be wary of the jungle. The trees like to rearrange themselves, and do steer clear of the vines, lest you not return from your adventure intact, or even alive. We hope to see you at the end of the year games, should you make it that far. So yeah, we have a school setting. How great is that? I do love a good school setting, especially in a fantastical sort of world, and this gave me that for sure. So our main character here is a young kid named Fynneas Fog, and he is actually part of a sort of larger royal family. So his his uncle is like the king and all kinds of good stuff. So his dad, is a prince. Yeah, and all that, like I said, all that kind of good stuff. And what we learned right in the beginning of the book is when Fynneas was born, his mother did die during that, but there's something up with Fynneas. So a little something special, a little something extra going on with Fynneas. So like I said, he's a little special. So he's definitely our main character as we're following him. And things happen through the royal thing, and then what happens with kids of a certain age, especially within the royal family, is they are sent off to this Morency academy for training, for military training, because they have to assume their role within the court. And for men, boys, is going to be more of that sort of military kind of thing, right? Military role, because they have to protect the kingdom and all that good stuff, right? And there are girls that go there, but everyone learns a different thing, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, and so essentially that's kind of the story. We're following Fynneas as he goes to Morency Academy, and he meets people along the way. There's other students there, and there's of course the teachers. But of course, there's so much more in here. This is a really nice sized book full of some really good atmosphere, really good setting, and a lot of action and adventure as well. So one thing I really like, I thought the author did a really great job at setting this place. You could really feel this, overall land. And then once we got to the school, which we don't take that long to get there, after the sort of initial build up of all the characters, because we meet of course Fynneas, and then we meet his sister, who's a great character. I love his sister. Of course his father and his uncle and his aunts, who are the queen, and some of his cousins, which are kind of jerks. And then of course a rather large set of cast of characters. Well, not too much where it's overwhelming. Easy to keep track of people of who's who, I guess I'm trying to say. Anyway, so yeah, I definitely loved the writing of this sense of place. And it's a fantasy, but not everyone is like this magic user. I mean, Fynneas has something a little special, but most people are just kind of normal. But they're sometimes put into these kind of abnormal situations, because once they get to Morency, there are these series of sort of tests that they have to go through, sort of kind of trials, and it gets pretty, you may not make it out. Literally, you may not make it out alive. So, excuse me, I've got such a little frog in my throat. And so the stakes are high. And I mean, even though they're just kids, the stakes are really high here. And the things that they learn at the academy are very important, so they won't be dead, right? And again, because to assume their role, of their place as royalty, especially again for Fynneas. But there's what I love about this too is there are twists and turns. There are some secrets. If you know me, I love a story with some good secrets, particularly if they are family secrets. And as you could, I would imagine, in most kind of royal courts, there's lots of family secrets. We get some, definitely figure out some things going on in here. And I love the kind of twists and turns. I thought this was an excellent book. So if you're looking, for another kind of school setting for a book, following, a younger character, but I would say this is definitely, younger kids could probably read it, but definitely, adults would definitely have fun with this as well. It's not necessarily, just for kids or anything, just because Fynneas is, I think like 11 or 12 years old. There's some, like I said, the stakes are pretty high in here as far as what happens with him. Fynneas as a character I really like too. He was, he can be a bit hot-headed. He's maybe not quite the rule follower. He was just really super interesting, and a lot of the characters here were very well fleshed out, came to life on the page. Really thought through and engaging and interesting. So the setting, the characters, I thought everything was done here really excellently. So like I said, if you're looking for, maybe a new series to start with some, again, that kind of royal court intrigue, again, with a really amazing school setting, because Moritz itself is definitely sort of a character within this story as well. The actual academy, their, secret corridors and, supernatural creatures. I don't know, all kinds of stuff going on here. So, it was just really super interesting. Book 2 is already out also. I'm definitely interested in continuing on at some point. Y'all know me in series, but I'll get to it at some point. But yeah, overall, highly recommend it. Again, if this sounds good to you, especially if you like a school setting. There's sometimes about a school setting, it sounds really good. And again, if you like some high stakes, some things of a slightly darker nature, I would definitely give it a go. I thought it was really interesting and just really well written, and it was good. I really enjoyed it. So I want to thank the author for reaching out to me, for giving me a chance to read it and get to it, because I did really enjoy it. So that's gonna do it for me today. Let me know if you think you're interested in reading it. I will link the book to the Amazon link here if you want to pick it up. I'll link the author's website if you want to check it out and see what she's all about. And so I'll link all that below. And thanks for watching. I hope you're doing well, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, bye.